Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts.
Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
(833-605-LIVE) extension 3. That's 833-605-5483 extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Well, there you heard a word from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, the Division of Consumer Protection. And let's introduce our game officials, as they are our sponsor for our game officials today. It's going to be the same officials from the girls' game, just switching spots a little bit. Cody Patterson going to be taking AR1. Zach Parago going to be taking that center position. And Adam Knutson going to be AR2 this afternoon. And I welcome back on Chris Derry, my partner in crime. Big thanks to Jordan Lutmer, who's doing the great camera work via live ticket today. And Chuck Hansen, they called in the big guns. Addie Johnson's out. Chuck Hansen in, doing all the hard work for us today in the studio. And, Chris, we're moments away from kickoff. I really hope it's not our last game of the season here. But, this one, big game for both sides. But this one historically would mean so much for the Governor boys.
Yeah, this is a big matchup for the boys. They've had some good teams go through over the years. First home playoff game ever as a sanctioned team. And, now they got a matchup that I think is going to be a tough matchup for them, but a winnable matchup. It's just going to be a matter of executing the game plan and who executes their game plan better. I think Coach Askey in this last thing, he said something that I think, I don't know if people picked up on when he said it, but I'm going to say it again. It's everyone's 0-0. Who's going to get who's going to get a little bit of momentum going into their next game, because every game is just 0-0 right now. So if they can get a little bit of momentum coming out of this game and see what happens later on today, no one knows what's going to happen for all these other games. It could be a win here, and they might even get another home playoff game depending on the outcome of the other games.
And, for the boys' Govs game, and we don't want to harp on the girls' game, of course, but anything can happen in this boys' game, as we saw earlier in that girls' game. And so we're just excited to see some potential great play. As I said, in starting lineups being mentioned here as some seniors are getting some love for the Pierre Governors boys. And I just want to quickly thank our sponsors at Bauman Lumber for sponsoring our video today. Our KGFX sports sponsor at Venture Communications. Be reading you all the scores off our Wegner Auto scoreboard this afternoon. And, we talked a little bit about, the nerves that could go into this game. The girls' team looked very loose before going into this one. I get the feel that there's a little bit more tenseness and angst with this boys' Governor team. That could just be their intensity playing through. It could also be that they've never been in this position before, and this is the biggest game in their program's history.
Yeah, I mean, it's as a sanctioned sport, they've never had a home playoff game. And as a sanctioned sport, they've never gone in at this high of a seed. So they got a little bit of pressure on them. But if they match their intensity that they've been playing with the entire season, especially down the stretch here, good things will happen. And it's just a matter of not letting the moment be bigger than you.
So the ball is set out at midfield. Both teams have taken the pitch. And we are getting set to get underway. Ryder Neeson standing at midfield. He's going to be the one to boot it after the whistle. The Pierre Govs in their home greens with the white numerals and the white stripes down the side of the kit. Spearfish in the road whites with the maroon numerals and the beautiful Spartan logo right there on the middle of the jersey. Lucas Hyde will take this one away at midfield momentarily. And Chris, I'm curious to hear from you. How do you feel that we'll see any feeling out process here as Caden Ahart's here going up the near side, down into the near side corner, trying to set things up offensively. He's worked hard on defensively there, and a nice job done by Owen Shav. And this one pushed back out in front of the net. Javier Patel Alegre waiting here about midway between the box and midfield. He's going to turn things back around, play it back towards Weston Northrop. And Chris, I'm not sure how much you got to see of the boys' game last week, but what we saw a lot of was very patient play, very easy passing, and through us. Here comes a beautiful through pass up to the far side. Looks like Caden Ahart's trying to put a shot on goal. Here comes Alex Odakoven on the near side. And actually, we'll flip-flop those. It's Caden Ahart's here on the near side as he's trying to bring it back in front of the net. Shot on goal and deflected away nicely. And that was Caleb Verhulst, the sophomore, between the pipes.
Yeah, the difference between the boys and the girls game is the fact that the boys, the feeling out process is just going to be more of who can impose their will on the other team versus the girls game where it's a little bit more methodical, a little bit more tactical.
Corner coming from Jacoby LaRoche, sent a little bit too long, but on the backside there, Stephen Blanchette able to knock it down. It's still alive. Carter Norton far side, sending it back in front of the net. Header coming, and it's just wide for Jacoby LaRoche. Oh, my goodness, that had goal written all over it. A perfect touch, but just a little bit wide. Sills past that right crossbar, but a good sign early here for the Govs with some early momentum.
Yeah, great backside presence by Jacoby LaRoche. Good cross on the backside. The Govs right now are showing are pushing their influence on this game, and Spearfish, same as Aberdeen. Spearfish has got to weather this storm or they're going to be in trouble.
And this one taken away nicely by Alex Odakoven, crossed in front of the net, going to spray wide. Caden Aharts gives chase, gets down to it in the near side quarter. Two defenders working on him, splits them both. Beautiful move there from Aharts, back outside for Lucas Height. Lucas Height sizing up a shot, bouncing it a couple times, and it's a save made there by Verhulst. So Verhulst went down to one knee, played it like a shortstop playing a low ground ball roller. This one crossed back across midfield. Waiting back is Jay Sanford, one of this team's captains. The three other captains are Trey Ludens, Leo Eisberg, and Caden Gonzalez for this Spartan team. Captains on the Pierre Governors side today are Western Northrop, Carter Norton, and Stephen Blanchette. This one rolled back to Jacob Leiferman.
Jace Hayes is one of those kids up front that any little mistake, any little mistouch, anything like that, and he's quick enough and has a good enough brain on him, soccer brain, I should say, that he will punish you for those little mistakes, those little mistouches.
Jacob Leiferman comes out to field that loose ball as Ethan Croft was giving chase, bearing down on Leiferman. This one played through. Jacoby LaRoche feeding it in a beautiful feed, as this one is going to be whistled dead for an offside. Caden Aharts was the one trying to track it down. Sorry about that. Pushed the wrong button here. We're not bored with this game with the Crickets, I might tell you. This has been high action here from start to finish. And while there weren't a lot of goals in that girls' game, a lot of opportunities that made that game supremely exciting. And we're hoping for the same here in the boys' game. This free kick is booted a little bit too long by Isaac Rainick.
Yeah, I would say in this game here, I would not expect a low-scoring game. I would expect a 2-1, 3-2 type of game for this for people. And for those who are like, well, that's low-scoring. Soccer, 2-1 game doesn't mean it was.
That's a lot of action in 80 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. So, if you watch a lot of football, it's just equate a goal to a touchdown, and there you go.
That one going to be cleared out of play there by Western Northrop. It's going to come to rest about 5 yards inside of the Governor's side of midfield. Throw in coming for the Spearfish Spartans. So the only real opportunities came early on here for the Govs, as we're only a couple minutes into this match, but with the pace of this game, feels like we've been here for a little bit. Jacoby LaRoche with a nice touch ahead for Caden Aharts. Caden Aharts trying to shake loose of Owen Shav. Wanted to check the pronunciation there for Owen Shav. Could be our last game of the season. Don't want to make any parents upset. Jacoby LaRoche fighting for it for the head ball. Won by the Spartans' Ryder Neeson. Neeson trying to cut through. A lot of contact there, and it's going to be a whistle. And that'll go against the Spartans. So Western Northrop will take the free kick. And he wanted to boot it deep and decided to roll it the direction of Caden Morse. Western Northrop trying to piece it through the middle of the field there. Stepped in front of Lucas Height off the noggin. Rolled back to Verhulst. Verhulst with no urgency, looking downfield. Played it towards midfield. Javier Pertel Alegre and Jay Sanford working hard on it. Caden Aharts takes it away, plays it down the field, and past the chest there of Western Northrop, giving chase to it. Finally gets down to it at that end line. Soft pass up for Stephen Blanchette. Blanchette looking for an outlet. Plays it over to Jacoby LaRoche.
And this is where Pierre's dangerous. If Spearfish backs off of the midfielders from Pierre and gives them time to distribute, that's where Pierre's going to be dangerous. The Spearfish will get punished for it. They need to step up and pressure them high and not let Blanchette and LaRoche turn and see where they want to go.
And that's the type of opportunities that Sean Blanchette has been looking for out of his team that he wants him to take advantage of. Here comes a kick down the near sideline. Alex Odakoven giving chase down into the near side quarter, using great speed to get to that one. He's worked off of the ball. Pierre wants a corner, and they're going to get it. So really good effort there, yes, from Alex Odakoven to chase that one all the way down. and force the defender to deflect it out of play along that end line. Jacoby LaRoche will take the corner kick here for the Govs. Approaches low, lining kick coming in, trying to hit it, but unsuccessful as Alex Otakova. That one goes up and up over the top of the crossbar and finally comes down after banging through some trees. The last line of defense for that nice Spearfish bus gets popped by one of these soccer balls.
Those trees have saved a lot of sailor balls.
It sure has.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't save my truck down on the other side of things a couple weeks ago. I think that was a Graceland Taylor shot that left that nice ball mark on my passenger side window. No harm, no foul. Truck's got 323,000 miles on it. You can't hurt that thing. Ball corralled here at midfield by Jacoby LaRoche. He's going to turn on a dime and try to beat two defenders and beats him again. That one goes ricocheting off the head of Stephen Blanchette. Lucas Height trying to corral it. Alex Sotokoven trying to settle things down, but taken away nicely by Tegan Geppert. Carter Norton turns and rolls it back towards Leiferman. Jay Sanford trying to give chase. Leiferman able to get to it first, plays it back towards midfield. Alex Sotakova now. And here's kind of that feeling out process. And what the Govs did last week in this scenario, they turn and play it back. They didn't like what they had in front of them and were playing very patiently. And that's what was able to get them on the road to that win.
And you're always going to have that, a team that has the patience that can draw a team out, spread them out a little bit, and create those pockets of space. Right there's a beautiful pocket of space. That's where your success comes in. That's why you do that. You get those pockets of space to run into.
Beautiful move there by Javier Patel Alegre. Played it forward to Caden Ahart's trying to turn the corner on the defender. As he does so well, that's going to be deflected out, and a nice defensive play made by Isaac Rannick, but it's going to set up another corner kick for the Govs, their fourth here early on in the first half.
And Isaac Rannick, he does not look like he's fast, but he is truly quick, and I've watched him enough times to tell you that you think you have him beaten, all of a sudden there he is.
This corner going to be dropped out to Caden Ahart's cracker of a shot, just crests atop the crossbar. My goodness, did he have some heat on that? Did Caden Ahart's with the right foot? That was perfectly in line from us. That never broke its a path or plane of trajectory there, as it was always on the rise. And I think that Caleb Verhulst happy to watch that one over. Didn't have to get in front of that heat-seeking missile. This one controlled here by the Govs again at midfield. Too tough of a touch by Lucas Height there. He hangs his head knowing that one's on him. Checking into the game here is Levi Poling. And coming out of the game is Owen Shaw. So this one goes out of play. Carter Norton gives chase. Going to make a correction here on our starting lineup. They've got two goalkeepers listed. Caleb Verhulst is actually playing out on the pitch today. He's lined up at the midfielder position. And they moved Ryder Albright back to that goalkeeper position. So just wanted to correct that before we went any further. On the substitution made. And here comes an opportunity here for Spearfish. Levi Poling freshly checked into the game with some fresh legs, puts a shot on goal, but it's deflected away by the Govs. And now a loose ball played at midfield, pushed forward by Neesons. That one going to go out of play here near side. So they got both Verhulst and Albright listed here as their goalkeepers. They sent Verhulst back there initially, but they said Ryder Albright's going to be the guy today, so that's where they made the switch. This one booted across midfield by Caden Ahart's with the right foot to a streaking Caleb Morris up the far side. Caleb Morris, of course, missing a couple games with that injury back last week. Morris with a left-footed shot, and that one's deflected away by Albright, but Stephen Blanchette with a one-timer is a little bit too high. That ball kind of came in right around his hip area, had to get that right leg elevated, and that in turn let the ball sail up and over the net. But a good look there from Stephen Blanchette here on the near side, and also Caleb Morris with some fresh legs after missing those couple games to come back out and showing his speed. So good opportunities here for the Govs early on.
Yeah, Spearfish got lucky there. They their whole defense rotated over to the left and left two Governors on the backside wide open, and that ball wasn't so hard to handle. Steven's celebrating right now with a goal.
So some early opportunities coming for the Govs. Spearfish looking to break through, get some opportunities out on Jacob Leiferman, the Governor goalkeeper. Ball's going to be thrown in by the Govs' far side. We know that's Caden Morris by the white headband. Ian Carter Norton rocking those headbands again this week. Javier Patel Alegre trying to feed it through to Lucas Height, who's also sporting one of those headbands. They got a little fashion statement going on. Here comes Caden Ahart's trying to turn the corner. He's working hard on Leo Eisberg. Leo Eisberg, great defensive play, takes it away from the fleet of foot, Caden Ahart's. This one played through back for Western Northrop, who plays it up to Javier Patel Alegre. I love seeing Javi get his foot on the ball and getting out in open space. You want to talk about a guy with some speed and some great footwork. Javier Patel Alegre is that to a T. Here comes Jacoby LaRoche with a nice soft touch up and over the head of a defender, but it's taken away by the Spartans. And they're going to try to set things up here as it crosses midfield. Sanford with it. Alex Odakoven chasing down the loose ball. One touch up to Alegre. And the other thing about Javier Patel Alegre, he never looks like he is freaking out when things are kind of crashing down around him. When he's got a lot of defenders bearing down, he always looks calm, cool, and collected. And that's got to be much to the pleasure of one Sean Blanchette.
Yeah, you know, to have your defender who's calm under pressure, that's what you need. He can't get rattled, because you get rattled under these situations, and that's where mistakes happen. So he looks calm, acts calm, plays calm, has done a great job holding down the left side of the defense for the Governors all year.
Levi Poling going to throw this one in from the near side for the Spartans. This one going to be traversing across the end line. They're going to say out of play. Leiferman going to get the goalie kick. Carter Norton far side with it, feeding it through to Stephen Blanchette, who plays it forward back towards midfield, taken away by a Spartan. Sean Blanchette pleading with his team to take over these loose balls. Go to the right off the head here near side. Taken over by Caleb Morris, who rolls it back to Javier Patel Alegre, feeding it through for Jacoby LaRoche. Jacoby LaRoche with a beautiful touch here as Caleb Morris goes streaking here up the near sideline. Giving chase with him is Isaac Rainick, one of those guys showing off that speed that Chris was talking about a few moments ago. That one's going to go past the end line and set up a corner kick here for the Govs. It's going to be Jacoby LaRoche again. We'll see if he can dial this one in. There's a shot on goal, and it's deflected away by Ryder Albright. Got a little bit blocked out here. Got a lot of crews out here today for our playoff soccer matches. Shot, that one deflected by the left foot of Ryder Albright. So the Govs getting some good pressure here. And this is going to set up another quarter kick, but now from the far side quarter. Jacoby LaRoche going to take it again with the right foot. High, soft looping kick. Headed up in the air by Caleb Morris. Still alive, still popping up, still loose in front of the Spartan net. Can anybody get to it? Now finally cleared away by Spearfish. That ball took a couple dangerous bounces. And here comes a kick through as Sanford giving chase, trying to beat Northrop on the speed. Chasing it down and clearing it out beautifully was Western Northrop. It still kept alive, however. The scoring opportunity still on for the Spartans and stepped in front. As we creep up on 20 minutes to play, 23 minutes to play to be exact in the first half. Still no score here on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. About halfway through this first half of play. Thrown in, Western Northrop off the knee, and Javier Patel Alegre just going to put as much force into that right foot as he can. Hekmat Ghaznavi, who's recently checked into this game, chases that one down with some fresh legs. No JV game for Ghaznavi to get loose in before today's match. And, I don't know if that helps him get loose or if, maybe he gets a little tired out from playing a lot of JV minutes. Jacoby LaRoche with it here, trying to turn around, look for an outlet. Spartans got a lot of bodies down here on the Govs defensive end. Jacob Leiferman goes down to one knee. Jay Sanford was wanting that pass. He's got his hands on his head, wondering how he wasn't found by one of his Spartan teammates.
Yeah, going back to your comments about the JV game, it can be a good way to get your head into the game for the day, to kind of get your mind right and stuff like that, as I like to say. But as the same token, these games right here, no reason to wear anything out. Be fully focused and fully healthy and fully ready to play.
Of course, Sean Blanchette loves getting some of his halfway varsity guys some heavy minutes on the JV side. Javier Patel Alegre with a little bit of a nutmeg there on Levi Poling here at midfield. They're going to turn this one around, and Caleb Morris plays it back across the pitch for Caden Morris. Ball loose, a couple Govs looking around saying, who wants it? Stephen Blanchette steps in, says he'll take it. Jacoby LaRoche with a nice pass ahead, trying to find an outlet for Lucas Height. Ryder Albright will come out, and Lucas Height puts a foot in front of it and almost gets it deflected back into the Spartan net. That was dangerous there as Ryder Albright was just trying to clear it, and Lucas Height just sticks his foot out there, and he happened to get a piece of it. And maybe a little bit of different angle of that foot that might have found the back of the net for the game's first goal.
Yeah, Trey Luden's their center back and team captain. He's going to have the game that he has every game right now for the Spartans. And he laid off to let the keeper take it. As soon as that deflection happened, he made sure to guide it out there. So good communication between the two, and a fortunate bounce for him as well.
Northrop's got it. Back about 25 yards or so in front of his own box. They roll it back to Caden Morris. Caden Morris with some space, surveying the pitch, wanting to figure out where he's going to go with it, just turns and dumps it off to Jacob Leiferman. Leiferman with a low lining kick is going to be played back towards his net, up in the air by Levi Poling, and Leiferman waiting patiently under that one as it falls out of the Pierce sky into his waiting arms.
Yeah, as soon as he hit it, he was like, oh no, and he started backing up, and luckily he did, because the ball was high, but it was on frame.
Yeah, Poling was trying to find a cheap one there as Leiferman gets back to this one. So Spearfish showing a little bit of good pressure here on the defensive side, keeping things in the tiered defensive zone. They haven't had much offensive prowess yet, but they are trying to choke out the Govs from getting upfield. Riley Polrise with it. Still kept alive, and goodness gracious, Alex Odakoven putting his body on the line, trying to get to this loose ball, chasing it down to the far side corner as two deflections have won back the possession for the Govs, solely put on by Alex Odakoven. Shot from Hekmat Ghaznavi out and deflected away. That'll set up a corner kick for the Govs. Ryder Albright went diving, but before he could get to it, it looked like Levi Poling was there to deflect it away. That could have also been Isaac Rainick down there deflecting it away. Either way, I think Ryder Albright wanted that ball through so he could control it. Instead, it sets up Jacoby LaRoche in the corner with the right foot far side. Low lining kick out towards the top of the box. Alex Odakoven going to step in front of that one, head that right back towards Jacoby LaRoche, but it's out of play. And now Ryder Albright, at long last, will get his hands on that ball that he was waiting for a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, right now, You're seeing Spearfish play a high press. They're pressing them all over the field on the pure defensive line to the midfield. They're pressing them to try to create turnovers and create that helter-skelter play that over all these years of Jim Hill soccer, it's a key trademark to the old Jim Hill soccer. He likes that helter-skelter. He likes playing high intensity.
Well, it almost kind of bit him on the backside there earlier on as that helter-skelter play was happening out in front of Ryder Albright. About 6 different times that ball got loose, and any time a Gov could have come in and smoked it to the back of the net. Gov's trying to find some more offensive opportunity here. Jacoby LaRoche just inside the circle, going to turn back and play it for Weston Northrop, who plays it here near side for Alegre. Alegre through to LaRoche, and a nice soft touch up for Caleb Morris here near side. Morris trying to push it inside, but he's going to be called offside. He got a little bit too aggressive there. I think that might have been Alex Odakoven on the inside flagged.
Yeah, he just said Caleb Morris had gotten in behind those defenders just a hair too early, even though Jacoby played him a one-time ball. So it's there. Their outside defenders are stepping to the ball, leaving this outside channel wide open. If they can play that combination play into this outside channel, I think that's where Pierre right now is going to have a pretty large advantage.
And we'll see if they can take advantage of it. Kept alive here by Spearfish, played through. Western Northrop trying to clear it out of their own zone, but Caleb Verholst, not the goalkeeper Caleb Verholst, the midfielder with the left foot, as that one gets through, but is saved by Jacob Leiferman. Caden Norris over there on the far side was trying to knock it down. He deflected it in the wrong direction, but Jacob Leiferman there to clean it up. Throw ahead for Javier Patel Alegre. Alegre with no rush plays it back to Western Northrop out in front of the net. Swings it back to the far side of the pitch for Caden Morris. And now things have kind of settled down here in this first half after a whirlwind start with some scoring opportunities for the Govs. Looks like Spearfish has kind of dug in their heels, settled into this game as we're under 20 minutes to play in the first half. Again, no score on our Wegner Auto scoreboard just yet. Waiting for one of these two teams to break through.
Yeah, to be honest, I'll be surprised if this game comes down to a 1-0 type of game with the way these two teams play. But also playoff soccer, so it's the intensity is a little bit up. The level of play is definitely up. So very easily could turn into that kind of game.
And barring a mistake, it's kind of like putting a puzzle together. You have to have all the pieces to make it work. You got to have the right pass, have to have the right guy in the right position. You have to have the proper angle. And you've got to close out and make the score. Yeah, and as we know, sorry to interrupt you, Chris, I just wanted to make a point. As we saw earlier on this season, there was a game, I forget who the Govs were playing, but they had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and Sean Blanchette was about to blow his lid over here because they couldn't find one in the back of the net. Looking to avoid that again here today. This one kicked in towards Leiferman's direction. He's going to watch that one crest back across the end line. Substitution here coming for the Spartans. Checking into the game, Levi Poling. And going to head to the sideline, Ethan Croft.
Jim Hill has been known for, since I've known him and coached against him since 2000. His teams are always fit. You watch, they're wearing those fit trackers on their chest right now to count how many miles they're covering, how much ground they're covering, what their heart rates are. He's a big believer in fitness. So if he's going to try to play a high level of soccer, I promise our listeners, his team can do it.
And it's one of those things we're seeing in the new age of analytics, wanting to know all the different stats. That way you can attack each game with a little bit more information maybe than the other team. Maybe Jim Hill feels like that gives him and his team a little bit of an edge. So he's also in great shape, this Governor team, as they like to run all over the field, and you're just waiting for the speed of the Governors to get outside and give themselves another opportunity out in front of the net, as their bread and butter is working the outside lanes and feeding it back to the inside for guys like Alex Odakoven, like Caden Aharts. So we'll see if they can break through here. Spartans throw in coming. Giving chase after it, and some hard contact between Western Northrop and Ryder Neeson down on the far side corner, still kept alive. This one going to be pointed the direction of Pierre.
Ryder Neeson's another one of those younger brothers. His older brother, Riker Neeson, who was a very good varsity high school soccer player for Spearfish, and he's definitely following in his big brother's footsteps, and the way he plays, attitude, and way he approaches the game is kind of fun to see how it runs in the family.
Is there any only children involved in Pierre soccer, or South Dakota soccer, I should say? It seems like everybody had a brother or a sister that was a great player back in their heyday.
I think it's like a lot of them. Look at football. How many kids play that have the dads that were all-state, or the older brothers, or the sisters who were basketball.
Here comes a corner kick for the Spartans. First great opportunity for them. Leiferman goes down to a knee. Ball still loose, but he lays that big body on top of it and is able to subdue the Spartan attack. Ball thrown in. Javier Patel Alegre going to knock it down. Still kind of in a dangerous spot here, as this one's trying to be struck loose by Stephen Blanchette, going to be deflected out of play by the Spartans. And defense was provided by Ryder Neeson. Soft touch from Jacoby LaRoche back to Stephen Blanchette. White jerseys converging, and here comes a nice pass for Alex Odakoven, and it's Caden Aharts with a soft touch over the top, and it's in the net. Alex Odakoven with the first goal of this game and a perfect touch. They call that the lollipop kick, where it just crests high up into the air and bounces once and finds the top of the net. I'm coming up with all sorts of names out here, Chris. 1-0 Cubs lead on our Wegner Auto scoreboard after a beautiful touch from Alex Odakoven.
Yeah, great touch, great run. He timed his run. Coach Hill was wanting the offsides there. Looked like Odakoven timed his run just right. Keeper came out, did the only thing he possibly could, and Odakoven with the rainbow touch is
rainbow touch. That's what we were looking for.
The great had a perfect spot, bounced right in front of the goal and back up into the top shelf.
And here comes Javier Patel-Alegre with some speed as they're trying to put a second goal here on our Wegner Auto scoreboard, as this one's going to be deflected out of play. We'll see which way the flag is pointing. It's for the Cubs. I think that one came in on the near side of the flag, so it won't set up a corner kick. But Javier Patel-Alegre will take the throw in and now whistle. And he did look like he was a little bit too far up the pitch here on the near sideline. You know, we got some Sour Patch Kids over here. I think that's where I got lollipop. I got candy on my mind.
The old sweet tooth sometimes gets me.
Can't blame you. You're looking at one. Here comes a nice touch through from Stephen Blanchette. Alex Odakoven again with it. Tried to feed it over to Lucas Height. Carter Norton in to save it and keep this one alive here for the Cubs. Jacoby LaRoche plays it back towards midfield for Stephen Blanchette. He turns around, and a soft touch for Caden Morris is played here near side for Javier Patel-Alegre. And another beautiful pass here for Caleb Morris, but an offside call against the Govs. And, you know, Chris, that's kind of what we were talking about, waiting for it to break through, was the speed of this Governors attack, and Alex Odakoven showed it there. And, we see it from Caleb Morris as he's able to break up the near sideline very frequently thus far in the match. Alex Odakoven did it with that goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about timing those runs and then getting those one or two steps. I mean, think about boys soccer. If you got someone who's quick and speedy up front.
I was surprised no handball called on there on Weston Northrop. This one popped up into the air by Jay Sanford and secured by Jacob Leiferman. And, there's really no official over here on this side that could have seen it, but I think it's pretty much clear as day, handball not called against the Govs, but they'll take it. Leiferman will throw it out, heave it with the right arm. And waiting patiently, Caden Morris, as we're joined by our Wasp again this week. He waited until the second game to show back up. Good to see he's back and still hanging around and hasn't been killed yet. Here comes Javier Patel-Alegre playing that one back for Western Northrop. Jacoby LaRoche now with a beautiful pass as Caleb Morris gives chase up the near sideline. He's working on Rainick, trying to turn the corner on him. And there's the speed from Isaac Rainick that you were talking about, Chris. Going to set up another corner, however, for the Govs. And you would love to see another opportunity provided here by Jacoby LaRoche. Past couple games here at the Pilkey struggle with these corners. Looks like he's starting to zone in a little bit better.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what they're setting up for, a far post, near post.
Low driving kick from LaRoche is going to be headed out defensively by the Spartans. And booted way up into the blue sky of the beautiful day out here at the Pilk. Surprisingly low wind for some playoff soccer. Temperatures creep down under the 80s. We're still up in the high 70s, however. I'm warm just sitting here in the sun. I can only imagine how warm these guys are getting as we're getting to about 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Lucas Height trying to cut through some defenders here at midfield. Going to play it back for Javier Patel-Alegre. Alegre turns one touch to Northrop. Northrop up to LaRoche. LaRoche worked free by Ryder Neesent, and now a beautiful steal back from LaRoche. And now another great feed for Caleb Morris, who's streaking here up the near sideline, looking back towards the middle of the pitch for somebody. And Rainick tried to take it away, and a perfectly played ball by Caleb Morris. Back towards the middle, looking for Alex Odakoven. But that one with a little bit too much pace is going to bounce loose. Still popping around here on the left side as the Govs are attacking from right to left on your radio dial. Here comes Alex Odakoven with a left-footed shot, but a little bit too far directed left. And Ryder Albright watches that one crest back towards some visiting Spartans fans. Back behind the net, finding some shade. Some rare shade out here at the Pilk. Been a pleasure bringing you some Governor soccer all season long. Having my partner in crime, Chris Derry, alongside. Gordon Lutmer has been doing some great camera work. We've had Addie Johnson, William Wilson, John Neff, Chuck Hansen doing all great technical directing back at the studio. It's been a great season. Hate to see the girls' season come to an end the way that it did against Aberdeen, but a wonderful upset for the Aberdeen Golden Eagles. They came on the road as the 14 seed. Defeated the Governors 1-0 in Game 1 of our doubleheader playoff action today. Got to tip your cap to Merle Askey coming in as an underdog. Told his team to fight. And they look, as he said, to go 1-0 again on Saturday. Here comes a free kick. Beautiful send as Jacob Leiferman goes down to two knees. That was really nicely placed by Trey Ludens from all the way back at midfield. Testing Jacob Leiferman a little bit there, Chris.
Yeah, that's that ball was coming out of the sun because you and I are looking right now. That sun is in a bad spot for Jacob, and Trey put that ball right at the top of the six. Could not have asked for a more dangerous ball for Spearfish, and unfortunately, there's just no one there for the Spartans to capitalize on it because Leiferman, that was difficult for him.
Leiferman looking forward to getting into the second half when he can swap sides and get a little bit of better angle on that sun over off to our left. So Allegre always calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Gets this one off to Morris. Caleb Morris plays to the far side, but a little bit of an ill-advised touch to Carter Norton, unable to track that one down. So 7:05 remaining in the first half. Govs lead 1-0 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. The lone goal came from an Alex Odakoven rainbow kick. Some call it a lollipop kick.
Rainbow, lollipop,
all fun things.
Spartans. If we have something that comes up with a hot sauce, that'll describe what I'm going to be eating later. We'll go find some wings.
Yeah, maybe like a cracker of a kick or something. We almost saw it with Caden Aharts earlier on in this first half. He pressed all the power buttons on his kick that just went high above the crossbar. And Jacoby LaRoche brings it across midfield. Nice touch ahead for Alex Odakoven. Alex Odakoven with the give and go, trying to find Lucas Height. Lucas Height has one-on-one with Ryder Albright. Here's the shot, and here's the goal. Lucas Height's pumped about it. His team's going to chase him down and celebrate with him. A perfect pass from Alex Odakoven to Lucas Height. And Lucas Height able to work the defender, got one-on-one with Ryder Albright. And I know Ryder Albright's a great goalkeeper between the pipes, but there was nothing he was going to be able to do about that Lucas Height shot.
No, I mean, when you get in on the keeper like that, the only option the keeper has is to come out and try to shut down that space and make the striker make a decision before he's ready to do it. And Mr. Albright was trying to just basically hold and wait for him to make a decision. And unfortunately, keeper's got to live by one or die by the other. And so that right there worked out better for Lucas Height.
So it's 2-0 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard, rather. And now Lucas Height trying to create some more space here. Alex Odakoven has it, finds a streaking Caleb Morris up here near side. He's going to take it down here into the near side corner, trying to work on the defender. Covering him is Owen Schaub. Schaub trying to turn the corner. Caleb Morris with it, just plays it safely back up towards midfield for Patel Allegre, who feeds it inside for Stephen Blanchette. Good spacing here for the Govs, and he tried to find his man Caden Aharts down on the far side, and unable to do so, a little bit out in front of him, but it was deflected off the Spearfish Spartans, so the Govs will get the throw in about 10 yards up north of that far side corner flag. Hekmat Ghaznavi waiting to check in now for the second time in today's match. Throw in coming, trying to find Stephen Blanchette out in front of the net, turning the corner, shot deflected away, and that's going to set up a corner kick. Here's Jacoby LaRoche. We'll head down to the far side corner. Hekmat Ghaznavi checking in. Lucas Height going to come and get a breather after that goal. I think by now the adrenaline's worn off on Lucas Height. He said, all right, I'm ready for some water and to take a seat.
Yeah, he's put in a good 20-plus minutes out there and has made a lot of key runs, some critical passes, and of course, everyone's going to talk about the fact he put away that 1v1, but he's been doing a lot of good things out there on and off the ball.
The corner kick was directed towards the goal by Stephen Blanchette, but it was softly deflected away by the Spartans. Here comes a kick that was not soft, and Western Northrop put it too far out in front of Patel Allegre. Stephen Blanchette wanted his guys to hustle back upfield and get in position. They follow suit. Here comes the throw in right to Caleb Morris. And now played forward to the back line for the Govs. Caden Morris going to take it, surveys down the pitch, and now with the right foot kicks it ahead, trying to find Hekmat Ghaznavi with fresh legs, chasing it down on the far side corner. Ghaznavi gets to it. A little bit too quick of a touch. Thought he might want to settle that thing down a little bit, but instead tries to play it back towards the middle. And now Spearfish will take over, and he's going to try to find Jay Sanford in the middle, but it's cleared out defensively and nicely done by the Govs. And now a miss on the swinging kick for the Spartans. We'll see what they want to do. They're going to kick this one out of play. Chasing after that one was Ethan Croft. He just decides, I'm going to get rid of this upfield and let the Govs throw it back in. LaRoche will take the throw in. Finds Hartz, who gives it right back to LaRoche, plays it towards the middle of the pitch for Stephen Blanchette, and they're going to slow things down, play it back to Western Northrop.
Yeah, and again, just, why push it forward? You got a 2-0 lead, just keep the ball, be patient with it, poke and prod, find those open gaps.
And I'll tell you why. It's because you've got Alex Sodakoven, who's got a one-on-one opportunity, shot on goal, and it's his second of the game, the third goal of the Govs in the first half. And a beautiful feed from Hekmat Ghaznavi.
Yeah, beautiful feed, beautiful run by Alex Sodakoven, running in that left side of the center channel there. And ball was placed right in behind, not too hard, but put into a spot where he could run onto it, take a touch, look up, pick himself together, and then just place it in the back of the net.
And so I'll tell you what the plan is for Sean Blanchette. We just heard him talking to Caleb Morris here on the near sideline. He said, do not let up. Do not let them get back in this game. And that is the mentality that the Govs have played with. They have got the full pedal to the metal. Here comes Alex Sodakoven, but he's going to be whistled for an offside as he was in search of the hat trick here in the first half. Puts it in the goal anyway, and I don't think any Spearfish Spartans enjoyed that one too much. But Alex Sodakoven, again, they're pressing the issue, and they're finding that offensive space and really just kind of putting the Spartans in a blender.
Yeah, right now, Alex Sodakoven is making some very timely runs, some very, very good runs, to be honest, down those center channel, and they're playing little give and goes into that channel.
And it's working out perfectly for the Govs. They lead 3-0 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. 2 goals from Alex Sodakoven, 1 from Lucas Height. Hekmat Ghaznavi and Odakoven have 2 assists on the day thus far. And as the game plan for Merle Askey in the girls' game for the Aberdeen Golden Eagles worked out perfectly in his favor, you have to think for Sean Blanchette the same is happening for him and his game plan for his guys out there. They've already got 3 goals as we're creeping up with 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Yeah, game plan for Sean this entire year was let's work the outside channels.
One moment, Chris. We've got another corner kick and an opportunity coming for the Govs. Jacoby LaRose puts his right foot into that one out in front of the net, and another goal for Alex Sodakoven. It's a hat trick in the first half. Jacoby LaRoche gets the assist from the corner, and Alex Sodakoven, there's hats flying on the field. He's got 3.
And I don't know what the defenders there for Spearfish were doing. They look like they all just stopped and said, it's the keeper's ball. And the keeper's like, oh, you guys, what are you doing here? And Alex Sodakoven, hey, took advantage of the opportunity. Ball's here. Okay, I'm just going to put it right there.
And I think Alex Sodakoven was as stunned as everybody else that he had that kind of space and that kind of time. Mass substitutions here coming as Brooks Meyer checks in, as well as John Gatz. For the Spartans also checking in, Keegan Greenwald. So Spearfish has got to feel a little bit stunned here, trailing 4-0 as we creep up on the end of this first half.
Yep, and right now Jim's Coach Hill over there is subbing in a lot of younger guys here, and don't know if he's subbing them in because he's trying to, get them some time or whatnot, but making some subs and seeing if he can change up the momentum of this game.
Yeah, maybe trying something a little bit different. Here comes Caleb Morris picking his way through a couple defenders here on the near side. That one's picked off nicely by Isaac Rainick. Going to turn it around, play it back to Patel. Allegre's tripped up, and that'll warrant a whistle. The whistle goes against Owen Shav. So we got 60 seconds, a little bit over 60 seconds here to play in the first half, but all's relative. Western Northrop going to take the free kick here from a couple feet out in front of our press box. Northrop with the right-footed boot finds Odakoven traveling inside. Ryder Albright standing looking, and oh man, that was a shot on goal by Caden Aharts that he wishes he could have back. That one almost got into orbit up there as it was Sent right up the elevator shaft, up and over the net.
I was going to see if you can how you're going to do with this name there, Justin.
Oh, Jackson's Squeechelo checks into the game for the Spearfish Spartans.
Remembers it from the last time.
I've been working on that one.
I'm sure.
In all of my game prep, Squeechelo has been the one that I have really, really honed in on. Caught me way off guard the last time the Govs played the Spearfish Spartans right here. I had to apologize to his parents because I just completely butchered it. It's spelled Skvicalo. And, folks, here comes a shot on goal and a beautiful save by Ryder Albright. As Caleb Morris had one-on-one opportunity with Albright, he saves it with the legs. But that brings us to the end of the first half. It was all Govs through the first 20 minutes of play. 4 goals for Pierre, 3 from Alex Sodakoven. And I'll tell you, somebody's going to have a hard time ripping that player of the game shirt out of his hands. They're going to need a miracle to do so. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with our CHS River Plains halftime show. Hey, folks, Agtegra wants to let you know that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Well, there was a lot of scoring in that first half. We're going to catch our breath. We'll be back in 2 minutes with our CHS River Plains halftime show here on KGFX.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
The head coach And, Chris, we saw some younger guys get checked in towards the end of that first half. Yep. And we don't really know what the decision made, what the reasoning was there for Coach Hill. I have to imagine that he saw what was happening with the starters, and he said, look, if those guys aren't going to get it done, I'm just going to send in some younger guys, and let's see if they can get it done.
Well, I think it's twofold. I think there's some validity to that. I also think there's a lot of it that, hey, pull them out. Let's clear their heads, and let's see what we can do this second half. Clear their heads. Let's talk about how we're going to play this second half. Have a little bit, an extra 3 or 4 minutes of halftime to talk about it. And as looking out there right now, exactly what I said he should do. Trey Ludens has moved up front now next to Jace, so he has made a transition to put them up front together.
So we'll see how the Spearfish Spartans play this second half. Of course, they've got to be aggressive, and they're going to get to work here early. Carter Norton goes up and off the face of one of the defenders. It was Tegan Geppert who took that one off the chin. Carter Norton making sure he's all right. Throw-in will come for the Spearfish Spartans as they look to get here to work. Caleb Verhulst trying to win that possession. It's going to be taken away. Ball right out in front of midfield. Pierre now attacking from left to right on your radio dial.
If we talk about Caleb Verhulst, I'm going to make mention of his little brother back here, Bri. Doing a good job as on the bench over here helping guys get some water.
Crucially important to a team's success. The younger guys help it in,
For those
get the water.
For those who don't know, I always call Bri my assistant coach. He's a great young man. He's going to be a great soccer player as he gets older.
As this one was pushed in towards the middle by Caleb Morris, cleared out defensively. Caleb Morris takes this one. It's the indecision between he and Stephen Blanchett, rather. A lot of Blanchetts over on that Pierce sideline. You got Ivan, you got Sean, and you got Stephen. It's hard keeping those guys separated. They're all so intense about this game of soccer that they love so much. And, you see the play come through with Sean Blanchett and his team and how he has kind of built this program up to what it is right now as they continue to grow on the success year in and year out. Now he's got this team up 4-0 in their first ever home playoff game since soccer was sanctioned back in 2013, rather. So it's been nothing but positives for this Governor program.
And, you were talking about Blanchett, a lot of Blanchetts. I would also say...
As this shot goes wide, sorry to interrupt, Chris, there was a possible handball here that was not signaled. I thought the whole Spearfish bench wanted it, didn't get it. The shot from Jay Sanford went up and wide. Jacob Leiferman did not have to worry about getting in front of that one. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris. Just wanted to let the folks know what was happening out in front of the net.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was just going back to, we were talking about Ivan Blanchett, Sean's son helping him out. And we got the same thing on the Spearfish sidelines. You have Jim Hill and his daughter, Heather, helping him out. So soccer, like any other sport, family affair.
As here comes a shot, a cracker from the Spearfish Spartans. It's deflected up into the air and corralled by Leiferman. Looked like it was possibly either Caleb Verhulst or Jay Sanford over there with the ripping shot. Leiferman still waiting patiently. Now he's going to punt this one away. This one bouncing and is going to get all the way down to Ryder Albright. So Jacob Leiferman covers the full length of the pitch with one boot. Albright trying to do the same. This one bounces at midfield. Stephen Blanchett waiting patiently for it. Ryder Neeson trying to swerve his way through some defenders here. High up into the air. Caleb Moore is giving chase. Caleb Moore is showing off some incredible speed. Pushed off the ball there, but keeping it alive as he's got 3 white kits all around him. And now Alex Odakoven takes over. Odakoven, a beautiful slide tackle made there by the Spartans' Riley Polrise.
Caden Ahart's putting in a lot of work down this right side down here and wanting a foul called over there. You can tell in his frustration, but and the work rate has been high.
And now we will get a whistle as both Alex Odakoven and Riley Polrise working hard on each other. So this free kick will be taken basically from the end line by the Spartans. Going to bounce a couple times. Carter Norton going to play it, and he's going to be pushed off the ball with some force by Tegan Geppert here right in front of our press box, but they will play on. Ball going to be deflected out of play. Pierce going to get the throw in, and Caden Aharts will take it. He's going to throw it into Jacoby LaRoche, who tries to get it out in front. Shot on goal, and it's in off the deflection of Ryder Albright from an impossible angle from Jacoby LaRoche. and it's 5-0 Govs.
What a shot by Jacoby LaRoche. If you didn't see that on film, you need to come back and watch that. That was a impossible angle, hit the post off the back of the keeper and into the nets. And, I mean, it was an absolute scorcher, just bowed the lawn as it went across it.
There's your hot sauce ad right there from Jacoby LaRoche with the Chris's Red Hot sauce shot of the day. So it's 5-0 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Jacoby LaRoche getting in on the fun. And he was, I mean, we can't really tell how close he was to the end line, but it looked from our angle point that he was pretty much standing on it when he took that shot. And it was the type of thing you see in hockey where a guy is kind of catty-cornered. He just throws the puck at the goalie, hoping it deflects in. That's what Jacoby LaRoche did to Ryder Albright, I should say, rather. And he was able to get it to Kareem off the chest of Albright and into the back of the net. I think that caught just about everybody off guard. It was funny, Alex Odakoven was the first one to celebrate because I don't think anybody else knew that got into the back of the net. Here comes a beautiful pass up and over midfield to a trotting Caleb Morris who brings it down in Spearfish territory. He's got a head of steam. He tries to center it for Alex Odakoven. Alex Odakoven with another shot, just a bit high, up and over the crossbar. But, man, they are peppering that Spearfish net right now. Here comes the kick from Ryder Albright. Back the direction of LaRoche. And here comes Caleb Morris down the far sideline, looking to try to center it out in front of the net. Gets it through some defenders. Lucas Height with it, trying to piece his way through, keeping it alive. Ball is still loose. And now cleared out momentarily by the Spartans.
Great fight by Lucas Height right there. He wanted to get in there and get that goal, trying to get through a couple guys right there. The Pierre Governors right now, every loose ball, every opportunity are just fight to get that ball and try to put it on frame.
So here comes a throw in from the near side off the head of Caleb Morris. Alex Odakoven steps in front of that one and deflects it out of play. Good hustle, still up 5-0, showing 100% effort as Sean Blanchette would accept nothing less from his Governor team. This one booted up high into the Pierre sky towards midfield. Going to be taken down by Trey Ludens. And now here comes a streaking Caden Morris on the other side, and it just goes a bit wide. Caleb Morris with a good look on that far side, and it just crossed in front of the net. But it's kept alive here by Caden Aharts. Caden puts it out in front of the net, and it gets through a defender. And a nice save by Ryder Albright off his own team's deflection. Nearly an own goal for the Spartans. That's the last thing that they need right now.
Yeah, and everything right now is going the Governor's way, and nothing is going right way for the Spartans. And you're seeing that by the substitution getting ready to come in the game right now for the Spartans.
Looks like a goalie change possibly here for the Spartans as Jacoby LaRoche taking it down with intent into the near side corner. And the entire Governor bench standing, nobody sitting, keeping an eye on this match as they look to try and advance to the second round and continue to make history out here at the Pilk for this Governors boys program. Lucas Height takes this away from a Spartan. Plays it over to the far side for Javier Patel Alegre. Alegre still surveying. Finds Alex Odakoven, who's working on a defender. Gets that one taken away. Back still loose and now cleared forward by Tegan Geppert. That one going to go bounce out of play.
Yeah, and, if it keeps going like this, Sean's going to have the luxury of getting some players off the bench in, getting them some game time in a playoff game, the first home playoff game.
As giving chase, and wow, Jacob Leiferman comes all the way out of the net. And was chasing down that loose ball. Jacob Leiferman did not want Sanford getting the opportunity to have a one-on-one out in front. He heaves it with the right arm here near side for Carter Norton. A couple white kits giving chase. Carter Norton just going to calmly clear that one out. Going to be deflected up and out of play by Riley Polrise. And if you were curious about this substitution, and will be coming, it looks like the goalkeeper change is set to be made. We'll let you know the number on that and who's going to be checking in for Ryder Albright should that substitution be made. So Jacob Bly from him will boot this one high up into the sunny sky. Going to be deflected off the back of the head here near side by Riley Polarize. Caleb Morris going to get the opportunity to throw this one in. Lucas Height crossing here towards the middle. Jacoby LaRoche going to turn it around at midfield. And Carter Norton playing it down the direction of Ryder Albright. And he's going to pick that one up and field it.
Yeah, good idea there. Trying to get the ball forward. It's looking for a streaking Odakoven who's been hot this whole game. Why not, as they like to say in basketball, a little heat check?
Yeah.
And check it out and see if can get something from it.
Here's a shot on goal, and Jacob Leiferman puts two hands on that one. Catches that like a football coming out of a jugs machine. Perfectly played. Plays this one forward for Caleb Morris, working hard at midfield.
Yeah, and they're moving the ball side to side here, getting the ball over to Caden Aharts, who now can give it back to Norton.
Absolutely.
Great give and go up that outside channel.
As Norton tries to chase it down, shoves a little elbow into Riley Polarize. Good body position there from Carter Norton. Matt, ball at midfield. Javier Patella Legre chasing it down, hopping over a defender, and now that's taken away. Ball is kind of bouncing in between these 18s here at midfield. LaRoche is going to settle things down. And he's going to try to get it through for Caleb Morris, but at the risk of being offsides, Caleb Morris stays back.
So the winner of this game here is going to play the winner of the Sioux Falls-Lincoln Sturgis game, and I'm going to put my chips down on the fact that Sioux Falls-Lincoln is going to win that game. So here will end up traveling and just looking a little bit ahead. The way Pierre's playing right now is going to be a stark contrast to the way Lincoln plays with the versus quick counter strikes that the Governors offer.
And here comes a beautiful feed forward. Alex Odakoven looking for his fourth goal of the game. Shot. It's going to get through into the back of the net. He's got 4. And it is all Governors 6-0 in the second half on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Alex Odakoven's going to have to ice that right leg after tonight.
Yeah, great run by Alex Odakoven, getting up that center channel there. And he has shown this whole game, if he gets a step or two up front, you're not going to catch him. And that's 4 goals, and 3 of the 4 coming up the center channel, with the other one coming down the right channel if he came down. So great runs by Alex Odakoven. The timing of the runs has been spot on. And, hats off to him. I mean, 4 goals in a playoff game against a tough Spearfish team. Can't say enough about that.
So Albright is out. Limbo is in, the young underclassman in between the pipes for the Spearfish Spartans. He's got the blue kit on, and he's looking forward to getting some action his way. And so the Govs, and now a yellow card is being issued out here on the pitch, and that's going to go against a Spearfish Spartan. And that looks like it's going to go against Ryder Neesent. So he'll head off. Checking in for him, Evan Duncan, the sophomore midfielder.
Yeah, Ryder, it just looked like a frustration thing right there, and can't blame him. No one wants to come into a game and play a game where you're losing 6-0, and they had high expectations coming in.
Here comes a set piece, beautiful kick, headed out of the direction of the net though by the Spartans. Nice soft touch there. Trying to find some momentum forward. Trey Ludens has it here. It's going to be deflected back the Spartans' net direction. Going to be picked off here by Lucas Height. Lucas Height now trying to swerve his way through some defenders, and now a nice play forward for Caleb Morris. Caleb Morris with a good first touch. Shot on goal. Just get a crest high. And look out. There's some fans back there that almost wore some leather. That one bounces out into the street. Caleb Morris had goal on his mind, put everything he had into that kick, and he has not slowed down since the first whistle of this match. And now he's going to draw a whistle for the contact made on Owen Schaaf.
Caden Aharts has put in a a good shift over here on this side and has really worked hard getting down this right side to create a lot of opportunities.
Hartz has been fantastic today. Hasn't got his name on the stat sheet yet, but he's been all over the front of the net. Carter Norton takes this one. Coming up here across midfield. Nice play forward for Caden Hartz. Apologies if I was calling him Caleb Morris there on that last drive. Here comes Hartz trying to turn the corner on the defender. That one's booted up and out of play. So a couple balls finding their way out into the street. Hekmat Ghaznavi going to check into this match. And Caden Hartz looks like he's going to trot. Well, I say trot. Going to take the slow walk to the sideline. As he has worked hard, deserves a break. Here comes the Jacoby LaRoche corner kick. Low driving. Hekmat Ghaznavi tried to get the shoulder on that one. Still alive out in front of the net. Now it's deflected away and booted with pace towards the sideline. Jacoby LaRoche will give chase. And he'll pick up for the throw-in. Does it quickly. Carter Norton, the recipient of the throw-in. Now he's trying to work on the defender out in front of the net. And Limbo watches that one crest behind. So Limbo will set it down. He'll take his first free kick of the afternoon after checking in for Ryder Albright. At least we thought he was going to. And now it looks like Isaac Ranick steps in and boots that one away. And now a deflection missed kick and hands on the head of Levi Poling. Did not like that touch he had. Just can't really seem to get a rhythm going here for the Spartans.
No, and that speaks to the level that the Governors have been playing by not. Spartans have just been out of sync from the get-go, and I think it's because of the high press. The everything that the Governors have been doing has been to disrupt everything the Spearfish want to do, and hats off to them. I mean, you talk about imposing your game plan on another team. Governors have done that to perfection.
Here comes a Western Northrop free kick. Nice save by Limbo, but Stephen Blanchett has an opportunity out in front of the net, deflected away defensively beautifully by the Spearfish Spartans. That was Isaac Ranick out in front of the net, keeping the seventh goal out for the Govs. And now another one in Limbo with a nice save on the floating kick in. Limbo surveys make sure that Alex Odakoven wasn't creeping up behind him, as we're under 5 minutes to play here in the second half. Govs on their way to the second round of the playoffs. And here comes a shot and another goal past the diving Limbo for Weston Northrop. It's 7-0. Govs continuing to lay it on. Weston Northrop, his first stat of the game. He's been playing well defensively, gets his job done on the offensive side of the ball. And our Wegner Auto scoreboard continues to light up as the Govs lead 7-0 with under 5 minutes to play in the second half.
And that is something for a center back. You want to talk about exciting is to have a goal like that.
Yes.
And, I'm going to throw his brother out there, Gannon Northrop, his youngest brother, played for me this weekend, and from an outside defender spot had 2 goals in our third game of the tournament this last weekend. And both goals like that from outside the box and just put it right past the keeper nice and calmly. So obviously it runs in the Northrop family.
I was going to say, is that what you're saying? It's in the bloodline, it seems.
Yep.
Live from him will take this one, play it forward softly for LaRoche. Blanchett has it, plays it forward to Lucas Height. Good touching passes here for the Govs. Norton wanting to get it forward for Hekmat Ghaznavi. Too much pace behind that one. Ghaznavi giving chase, and he's going to watch that one roll out past the end line. So some younger substitutions coming in here for the Govs. So we'll see Elijah Hand checking into the game, as well as Cooper Hillner.
And this is good. This is what you want to see, is those guys that have put in the work out there, getting a little applause. Cooper Hillner getting out there and getting some time in his senior year. Elijah getting some time in his senior year. For Sean Blanchett, this is a beautiful thing. 7-0 win. Your substitute seniors, you don't get a lot of play time, getting out there and getting some time and stuff.
And that's 7-0 for now. Who knows if the Govs are done scoring yet. Here comes Caden Morris. And now Elijah Hand getting his first touch of the match. Taken off the ball by the Spearfish Spartan defender played forward here for Trey Ludens. This one deflected a couple times by the Spartans, and now back safely to Stephen Blanchette. He's going to turn, play it back to Carter Norton. And I would expect Carter Norton to take his time with this one and play it somewhere safe. Not exactly what he did there. And now it's safely played back to Leiferman as Stephen Blanchette was able to get things out of harm's way. Long, booming kick from Leiferman gets all the way back to Limbo. Limbo out of the net is going to get to it. Pops it up and over the head of Elijah Hand. Lucas Height steps in front of the stray pass. Height trying to turn the corner. He's trying to get around Ethan Croft. Now it gets it out in front of the net, bouncing a couple times. And it looked like there for a moment, Cooper Hilmer was going to have an opportunity to put a shot on net. Pass had a little bit too much pace. Still bouncing around here at midfield. Final minutes of this match as the Governors are on their way to their first home playoff win in program history here in the playoffs. And Sean Blanchette could not be more pleased, I'm sure, with his team. Can't wait to hear his thoughts after today's game. Brooks Meyer, the freshman, checking in for the Spearfish Spartans. Getting an opportunity to get some time. Here comes a long throw it from the down near side corner for the Spartans. Shot on goal, up and over the net. It was Jackson Squeechelo with the attempt. A little bit too much height on that one.
Yeah, but, it's right now you look at what's out there for Spearfish. Jace and Trey Ludens, as the senior captains, have been an immense leadership. They have been in an immense leadership to this team, this young team. There's a lot of youth in Spearfish. They may not be doing so well this year. And I do want to give a compliment to Jim Hill. 20-plus years in high school soccer, and I can honestly tell you, I think this is the first year that I've ever seen a Jim Hill team come in at the end of the season in under 500. So it doesn't happen very often, and Jim has had a steadfast grip on this organization, and congrats to him on the program. Had a little bit of a down year, but the future is definitely bright.
Here comes a corner kick for Trey Ludens of the Spartans. Low twirling kick out in front of the net, still loose, and a beautiful job clearing it by Elijah Hand. Still kept alive here. Croft trying to get it out in front of the net. Squeechelo with an opportunity, but it's deflected out to Brooks Myers, who's out just underneath midfield. He gets the ball back on the give and go. Myers still surveying, now plays it to the far side. Controlled by Jonah Gotts. Yeah, it's giving chase. Javier Patel Alegre trying to use some speed to beat him off the ball. This one going to be bounced back towards the Spartan goalkeeper direction. Limbo going to slow things down. And I'm excited to see what this program of Spearfish turns into next year when they come to town.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be – there's a lot of youth out there right now on a lot of these varsity teams. I was talking about it with my friend from Spearfish and coaching colleague Jamie Watts, and we were talking about it, about the size of the senior class this year across the state. Don't feel it was as large as it has been last year. You're seeing a lot of underclassmen on the varsities, and I think that speaks to how exciting the soccer is going to be next year as it comes along.
And it's not about the success right now. It's about building the culture, building the program. And now we're going to get to see some more younger guys as the free kick comes in, twirling in right into the breadbasket from Trey Lucas to Jacob Leiferman. And now Leiferman waiting patiently, letting some time tick off the clock. Could see some more substitutions coming here for the Govs if time allows. Aiden Morris going to turn things around, trying to get things loose here. Kept alive on the Governor's side defensively. Aiden Morris trying to get harm's way here. Throws it back to Stephen Blanchette. Trying to play it forward for Elijah Hand, but it's cut off nicely by Brooke Myers. Brooks Myers has played some nice minutes here since he checked in for the Spartans. Still kept alive. Spartans trying to push and get themselves on our Wagner Auto scoreboard here tonight. Like to leave this at least a goal. Here, Patel Alegre working hard at midfield. That's going to be awarded for the Spartans. And now a whistle. And it's going to go back the other direction. So here come the substitutions. Grayson Agnew checking into the game, as well as a couple other guys. Connor Wendell Schaefer getting some minutes here, as well as Cale Shrake checking into this game for the Govs. So great to see these guys. It's our first time seeing Grayson Agnew out there this year, I believe, Chris.
It is. Grayson has been a kid who's been around the program for the last several years, and he keeps trying, he keeps doing what he needs to do. He's got actually pretty good foot skills out there. His biggest problem is, he just hasn't grown into the soccer player that I think he possibly still is or could be. So it's fun to see him out there. It's fun to see him out there kicking the ball around still.
Just a junior, got time to make things happen next year as well. Here comes Cale Shrake trying to turn the corner on a nice pass from Connor Wendell Schaefer, but a nice save there by Limbo. And Wendell Schaefer sporting the pink hair this week. I have to imagine his mom, who gives a great haircut at a cut and style, must have helped him out with that.
Yeah, the pictures on Facebook, it was him and his brother and another young man that all dyed their hair completely pink.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The boys showing their support. Much love for the Wendell Schaefers. Great family. Good to see Connor out there. He had some minutes in the JV games last week. Opportunity for the Spartans, but that one's deflected wide. It was Evan Duncan applying the pressure. But a nice job by Western Northrop stepping in front of that one, deflecting it out of play. So Chris, it's not only great to see these guys get in because the Govs are up 7-0, but also because they get to say they played in this historic match here at the Pilk. Corner kick coming in for the Spartans, cleared out nicely by Lucas Height back towards midfield.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of memories come out of this game. Their first home game as a sanctions team, and a great win. I mean, I can't remember the last time the Governors won by a margin this large. So I think there's going to be a couple things that come out of this game historically wise.
Absolutely.
That are going to be remembered for a long time. So this, not to date myself, but this kind of reminds me of the Pierre of old when we used to play before we were sanctioned, and we used to win games 7-8, 9-0. So it's fun to see that kind of throttle again.
And it's fun to see Grayson Agnew getting in there, mixing it up a little bit there on the offensive end, or I should say defensive end. Now he's trying to take the ball away here from the Spartans. Put a bit of a dead leg over there for one of the Spartans' offensive players. Hope he's all right. He's still moving around.
Yeah,
Jay Sanford over there.
Yeah, Jay Sanford has been fighting the injury bug all season between his ankle and his leg. So, the knocks keep coming for him.
Nice takeaway here by Connor Wendell Schaefer on a give and go to Grayson Agnew. Connor Wendell Schaefer giving chase up the far sideline, taken away by Isaac Rainick, the speediest of Spearfish Spartans out there. Rainick trying to take it the distance, and Javier Patel Alegre steps in front of that one here in the last couple minutes and seconds of this match. LaRoche plays it here near side for Carter Norton. Norton plays it back inside for Jacoby LaRoche. LaRoche for Carter Norton, telling Cale Shrake to clear up this near sideline, and now he's got Shrake running up. Lucas Height giving chase. Ethan Croft also giving chase for the Spartans. We'll see who gets the award here. It'll be a Governor corner kick, as Lucas Height will check out of the game. Checking in, Everett Norton. As Lucas Height had himself a great day, 1 goal on the stat sheet, facilitating a lot of other goal opportunities as well for the Govs. Jacoby LaRoche again will take this corner kick. 12 minutes to play here. As Connor Wendell Schaefer has it. Agnew out in front of the net. Taken away. Javier Patel Alegre settles things down, looking back towards midfield. Played through by Everett Norton for LaRoche, trying to get it off to Connor Wendell Schaefer, but it was picked off perfectly by Ethan Croft. Here at midfield, played forward by Caden Morris, trying to find Cale Shrake. Cale Shrake trying to work a defender off the ball. And it's pretty funny. You see the fresh legs. It's not only fresh legs, but you see the excitement of getting into this match for some of these guys playing at breakneck speed like their hair's on fire.
Well, and Cale Shrake and Brooks Meyer, Cale for Pierre, Brooks for Spearfish, also have been teammates in the past on the same team. So I have personally watched that matchup a few different times over the years of those two going at each other. So no one can see me because obviously we're on radio, but if you can see me right now, there's a smile on my face because I've seen that a few times, and it's always enjoyable watching those two go at it.
Grayson Agnew trying to chase this one down far sideline, just a bit out of his reach. And, you know, it's you don't really get anything like it other than basketball. But club soccer guys kind of intertwine, and they know each other. It's really fun to see them play each other on the pitch because it's like they got inside jokes. They'll rough each other up a little bit but still smile once they get up off the turf. So Connor Wendell-Schaefer checking out of the game, as well as Grayson Agnew checking in, is John Sayer, as well as Marty Blanchette. It's another Blanchette team member getting in on the action here for the Govs this afternoon. As if I needed more confusion with all the Blanchettes, we add another one into the mix.
Oh, you know, you got Blanchette, Morris, Norton.
Yes.
You know, it's the brothers episode.
It is a family affair out here at the Pilk as the Govs lead 7-0 on their way to their first playoff win here at home. Jacoby LaRoche giving chase down into the far side corner. It's cut off nicely there by John Gatz, who plays it back up towards the midfield marker. And Javier Patello-Alegre will flag that one down. Surveying, looking for the throw-in. Has LaRoche. Patello-Alegre, nice touch inside for Northrup. Plays it back for Stephen Blanchette. And Blanchette will turn and hand it off to Leiferman. Leiferman with a soft touch now. Carter Norton chasing this one down into the near corner. And now we'll see the throw-in coming for Carter Norton as he dumps it in for Stephen Blanchette. And now the Govs have essentially gone into time-killing mentality. Make no mistakes. Keep everything in front of you. And take the opportunities as they come. Cale Shrake giving chase after this one. Isaac Ranick cutting him off here on the near sideline.
Well, and you know, in Coach Blanchette, he wants to keep the shutout.
Absolutely.
He likes the scores, but he also wants to keep that shutout. And that's important to him, but I know it's equally as important to Jacob Leiferman back there.
And he wants to add another feather in that Leiferman cap of his. Thrown in by Caden Morris. Cale Shrake trying to get to this one. Terrible touch by myself. It's my first opportunity all season, and I messed it up. Ball rolling out to Jacob Leiferman. Riley Polrise was giving chase. Leiferman goes down to one knee, fields it cleanly. And Leiferman with a long punt across midfield sends Limbo out of his box. Almost out of his box. He does field it right there on the edge with the two hands.
Ball monster's going to get you, Justin.
I got no business juggling a soccer ball.
Hey, everyone can start juggling it at any age. Good to learn.
That's right. I can wait about 20 years. Ball played out of play, going to be the direction of the Govs. Javier Patello-Alegre to take the throw in. Up and over the head. First touch of the match here for Mr. Marty Blanchette. And now Stephen Blanchette trying to find a cutting Cale Shrake. And I'll tell you, even though Marty Blanchette gets to check into this game up 7 goals, Sean's going to not going to take it easy on him. Here comes a beautiful feed as Sanford giving chase, shot on goal, and through the wickets, and the 5-hole is empty for Jacob Leiferman. And Jay Sanford gets the Spartans on the board. It's 7-1 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. And the shutout is history.
Yep, and great ball by I'm not 100% sure. I think it was Trey Ludens that fed him the ball, but Jace made a beautiful run into that channel off the back shoulder of the center back and put it far post past Jacob Leiferman. So shutout's gone, but game is still, at this point, I would call a game in hand here. So just need to continue.
Well, it took a while, but we got to see the excellence of Jace Sanford there. Marty Blanchette trying to take down that pass just a little bit behind him. As here comes the Spartans and Ethan Croft with some pace across. Here comes another opportunity out in front. Leiferman with a nice save, but it gets past him, and Weston Northrup comes up in cleanup duty and boots it wide. That one got past Leiferman on the Trey Luden shot. And Weston comes in and saves the day for Jacob Leiferman and boots that one well out of play and keeps this a 7-1 game for the Govs. But the corner kick coming. Ludens to take it, right foot, low driver, and the shot off the post on the deflection. It was almost another goal for the Spartans, and Riley Polreis. Here comes another shot. That one's deflected off the hip of Weston Northrup. And now chasing it down is John Sayer. Sayer wins the battle. Marty Blanchette going to check out of the game. Caden Ahart's back in. So Marty Blanchette getting some good minutes on the varsity pitch in this playoff match. He's got a big smile trotting off, as he should. Look at that smile. That's what it's all about, Chris.
Exactly.
He's trying to hide it too, but he's pumped he got to play some varsity playoff minutes here. And here comes the Govs going back the other way, out in front of the net, and a nice diving slide tackle made on Caden Aharts, who just checked in. Caden Aharts is down in a heap. He is slow to get up out in front of the net. Limbo checking on him, making sure he's all right, showing some good sportsmanship there. And now here come the Spartans back the other way. Man, Caden Ahart's wasted no time after checking into that game, and a beautiful save there from Caden Norris as Morris was trying to keep things out of the direction of Jacob Leiferman. And so that will go out of play. We get some more substitutions coming. We'll have to wait a moment. And here we go. We've got the go-ahead. Hekmat Ghaznavi back into the game. John Sayer going to head back to the bench. And so now a possible injury to a Spearfish Spartan.
Yeah, he made the collision with Caden Aharts right there, and you could hear the collision between their shin guards.
Yeah,
that was definitely a hard fought collision. And Caden's out there still, but he's walking a little gingerly on that right foot.
That was Ethan Croft, who was getting the assistance from our Avera medical team towards the sideline. Hope that he's all right. He was under his own power, just supporting a little bit of a limp. So Ethan Croft, who's put in some serious hard-working minutes, heads to the sideline. And now another opportunity coming for Caden Aharts in this Governors offense as Cale Shrake was there, but it just gets a little bit by him. Limbo goes over, slides down to one knee, takes care of the loose ball. Off the right shoulder of Carter Norton coming our way, and a beautiful play made by one Jordan Lutmer. Working our live ticket camera tonight. Everybody getting in on the action. So now we'll see a goalkeeper change as Carter Templeton checks into this game for Jacob Leiferman. A nice little fist bump there. Leiferman coming off to a round of applause from his Pierre Governor teammates. Well-deserved. And Jim Hill showing some great sportsmanship there from the Spearfish bench, letting Jacob Leiferman know he appreciates the great play. Probably not happy about the great play, but he appreciates good play when he sees it.
Well, Jim's been around a long time. He's seen a lot of players go through, and you kind of get to a point. Yeah, you want your team to win. Yes, you're a coach of the Spearfish team, but that doesn't mean you can't respect the other team and respect the other players. And that's the nice thing about sports, I believe.
Hekmat Ghaznavi out in front of the net after the free kick from Caden Morris, and that one will be deflected up and out of play. And that's one thing that we see from both of these sides is the great respect for the game and the officials between Jim Hill and Sean Blanchette. Now, they represent both schools with very, very high regard. And they wear their logos with pride. This one being to be kicked down towards Carter Templeton's direction. I think Carter Templeton would be happy with, be happy with going out of touch, but he's got the first touch here, and Templeton heaves it with the right arm over to Javier Patel Alegre on the far side. So Carter Templeton gets the juices flowing, gets his hands on the ball. Javier Patel Alegre using his speed up the far sideline, trying to feed it through for Everett Norton, who's streaking up, makes a little bit of contact on Isaac Rainick. Isaac Rainick delivers some contact on Hekmat Ghaznavi, and Ghaznavi goes down in a bit of a heap, and we hope he's okay. We saw the contact there. It looked like Isaac Rainick delivered a bit of a elbow that had no ill will behind it. but Hekmat Ghaznavi is down, and it looks like he is going to require a little bit of medical attention. So we're going to step aside and take an AgTegra timeout. AgTegra, acres ahead, can maximize your farming's earnings potentials straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. So we'll see if we're going to take a stoppage here as Hekmat Ghaznavi is up and trotting off the field. Sean Blanchett out to check. And one of the newer members of this Pierre Governors squad, as you know, Hekmat Ghaznavi joined the team about 3 games into the season. Comes from a military family that moves kind of all over the place.
And is the oldest of a couple. He has a couple other younger siblings who are excellent soccer players in their own rights.
Of course he does, because he's in South Dakota. Stephen Blanchett with the steal here towards midfield. Coming down on the final minutes in this match. There's the sun is starting to set on a gorgeous, gorgeous night, getting a little bit cooler by the minute out here at the Pilt. Couldn't ask for any better weather or some playoff soccer action. This one going to be booted down the far sideline and played back towards Limbo in the Spartan net. Going to put one foot on it, play it far side for Rainick. Rainick trying to escalate his way up the far sideline, stepped in front by Javier Patel-Alegre. Stephen Blanchett trying to find a cutting Caleb Morris. Caleb Morris trying to turn the corner on Brooks Myers. Out in front, and a shot on goal by Everett Norton, and he got a little bit tied up there. Limbo makes the save. Didn't get as much as he wanted on it, did Norton. And he almost had himself a goal in this 7-1 match as the Govs lead. Turned back around by Caleb Morris. Caleb Morris trying to recreate that opportunity as he turns the corner on Brooks Myers. And now he puts it out in front of the net, deflected away by the Spartans. And ball back out at midfield. Caden Moore steps in front. Lucas Height, who's checked back into this game with a long looping shot off the crossbar in the post. Wow. He turned that one around from the midfield circle, put a beautiful touch on it, and almost put it into the back of the net as we have hit all zeros on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. What a day for the Pierre Govs boys team as they score 7 goals and win 7-1 and advance to round 2 of the playoffs. A historic day here for the Govs. We're going to step aside here momentarily. We're going to catch our thoughts. We'll get head coach Sean Blanchett over here on headset as we begin our Family Dental of Pierre Gettysburg postgame show. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Little subdivisions to take us into our Family Dental up here in Gettysburg. Thanks, Chuck Hansen, for that one. I owe him $5. Playing a little rush after a big win for the Pierre Governors boys soccer team, winning 7-1. And what a win it was. Hello, everybody. Justin Cower bringing you today's Family Dental up here in Gettysburg post-game show after the big win by the Govs. And the scoring, well, it was a couple different guys. Weston Northrop got a goal. Lucas Height got a goal. Jacoby LaRoche got a goal. But Alex Sotokoven got 4. So he got the hat trick and then some. And Chris, you know, you were telling me as we were going into break right there, that was a not only an impressive win, but maybe not shocking, but surprising in ways. You didn't think that was going to go the way that it did.
No, I didn't. I know a lot of people on both sides of this team between the boys, Pierre, and the boys of Spearfish, coaches, families, a lot of them. And I expected a hard-fought, close-fought game. And I'll tell you what, Pierre came out and did some things that surprised me, quite frankly, and makes me think, next week's game, I looked at the scores. Sioux Falls Lincoln was up big in the second half on Sturgis, so it's going to be a Sioux Falls Lincoln Pierre game, and two very contrasting styles. But I'll tell you what, if Pierre plays like that against Sioux Falls Lincoln's going to have everything they think they can handle.
So it was a big win for the boys team to not only advance in the playoffs, but their first ever home playoff game here in the first time that they've been sanctioned since 2013. They get to play a playoff game here, and they make the most of it. Let's recap some scoring for you. As well as we told you, Alex Odakoven had 4 goals and an assist. He got things started with the rainbow touch. He got another assist from Jacoby LaRoche on the corner. He assisted Lucas Height in the second goal of today's game. Alex Odakoven came back with the third and fourth goals. Jacoby LaRoche got in on the scoring as well with an unbelievable angled shot that I don't even know how that one bounced off of Ryder Albright and got into the back of the net. And Hekmat Ghaznavi was a part of the assist as well. Weston Northrup also getting a goal in today's game as well. Folks, if you enjoyed listening to this broadcast on KGFX or watching on drgnews.com, you can always download the DRG News app to make your listening experience much more streamlined and enjoyable. And folks, I got to let you know that right now the water cooler is taking, the top is coming off as this is headed right for Sean Blanchette. And I can't wait to if you're watching on drgnews.com, go ahead, Chris, take the headset off and go get a video of that if you'd like to. The boys, it's looking like Cale Shrake, Owen Sivage, Cooper Hilmer, and company, along with Jacob Leiferman, are going to go dump the water cooler. If they can hold on to it in time for Sean Blanchette, he's being forced in. Now he's running away. He's got the entire team chasing him down. He's lost the hat. He's got the playoff shirt on, and he's got to escape it. And now he's just going to wear it as half of the water cooler was emptied as Lucas Height dropped it, but all smiles around for Sean Blanchette as about a quarter of that water cooler got on top of him. So it still counts. Everybody wins. You got to shower the coach in a little bit of ice water. And Coach Blanchette didn't have to wear the entire bucket. So all smiles around here after this first ever home playoff win for the Governors boys team. Our big play of the game had to have been that impossible angle shot from Jacoby LaRoche. It was great to see him get that shot on goal and let it bounce around on Ryder Albright's chest and find the back of the net. That was our big play of the game. Our player of the game, sponsored by Bauman Lumber, has to go to Mr. Alex Odakoven. Not only did he have an assist, he had a hat trick and then won 4 goals on the game for Alex Odakoven. As always, our player of the game is sponsored by our friends at Bauman Lumber. Now let's hear a word from those folks at Bauman Lumber.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
And, folks, as we told you, it looks like Pierre is going to be going on the road next week, or well, I should say this weekend on Saturday, to take on a good Sioux Falls team. And, Chris, as we wait for Sean Blanchette to finish up one interview and come and do another one, you talked about the style of play and how this team will match up this weekend against possibly playing Sioux Falls. Could play Sturgis, depends on how the outcome of that game works out. But looking like it's going to be Sioux Falls. And you said that style of play will match up a little bit differently than it did today. But if they play the way that they did today on Saturday, then they could come out with a win.
Yeah, Sioux Falls Lincoln, to me, is the best team in the state this year. And I know they didn't get the number 1 seed. Sioux Falls Christian took advantage of a schedule that I think they should have been penalized for, but that's just in a personal opinion. With the schedule, the way it worked out for them moving up. But Sioux Falls Lincoln, to me, was the best team in the state out there. And they possess the ball really well. They work the ball from side to side and control the game. And playing against a team like this, the only game that Sioux Falls Lincoln struggled in this season was against the team that ended up with the number 1 seed, Sioux Falls Christian. And Pierre mimics Sioux Falls Christian in a lot of ways with the speed that they provide up front and the speed they provide out wide. That's what Sioux Falls Christian does really well. And Lincoln struggled with that. And I see them struggling with this team. If this team plays like this and hits the goal like this and goes after it like this, that game, from what I thought, might be a struggle game. They very easily could go there and win this game.
Anything can happen, as we saw in that first game of our doubleheader action today as the girls team went down to the 14th seed Aberdeen Golden Eagles. Anything can happen out there on the pitch. And let's say win, lose, or draw comes Saturday. And again, we still don't know the opponent just yet because things haven't yet to be decided. We could be here back at the Pilk. Fingers crossed for that one. We'd love to call another soccer game here this season. But win, lose, or draw Saturday, this still has been a monumental advance in the program of the Pierre Governors boys team. And this win can only continue to advance that further. What does this win mean today and this entire season mean in the long run of things?
Well, so to me, there's a lot of things that are becoming firsts and hopefully are going to start a trend. And getting to 10 wins, that's a big thing. 10 wins tells you that you did a lot of good things on the season. Winning your first-round playoff game. This is the first time they've won their first-round playoff game. So, again, another first. I don't remember since they became a sanctioned sport them having this big of a win margin. Another first. So they're breaking a lot of ground, and they're tearing down that ceiling that someone says they may have. So I think it only speaks volumes to where the program is heading. Sean's got the program heading in a good direction. And most importantly, I would tell you that the youth that are coming up through the U14 and U12 ranks and U10 ranks where I'm working and Jamie Helmer and a few others are working, they see games like this, it excites them. Hey, look at what I could do that someday. And it's only going to feed more and more and more great players to Sean and whoever, if he's not coaching, whoever is coaching.
That's a great point. And, as we look ahead to this match coming up Saturday, this 7 goals was an outstanding performance. I think you and I were pretty blown away by the offensive performance of just how aggressive they were and how awesome they were able to perform. As we've got head coach Sean Blanchette coming on over here. Nope, you're not going to get shocked. Sean Blanchette hopping on headset after the big win. And, Coach, I got to call the play-by-play of that water shower, I guess you could call it there. As we're trying to get the headset working out there. Is that working for you, Coach?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
All right, there we go. We got head coach Sean Blanchette on after the big win. And before we get to the game, Coach, you feeling a little bit chilly after that Gatorade bath?
Yeah, that was ice water. So, they weren't drinking tepid tap water. It was ice cold. So yeah, they got me. Luckily, Lucas dropped it before they got me the full bath. But there was still enough in there to soak me.
Well, I said it was kind of a win-win. They got to shower you a little bit, and you only got a quarter of the bucket there. But, Coach, congratulations on a big win. You guys scored 7 goals. We talked about it. Alex Udakobin was playing like a madman there in the first half. 4 goals on the game, 1 assist. What's your takeaways from this performance here today from not only Alex but the rest of your team?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we need to have right now going in and now that we're in the playoffs is we have to have that mindset where we're just constantly looking and trying to control the tempo, control the game. We got up. It was kind of frustrating there in the first part of the first half. We had some really good chances. The ball wasn't going in. But, we stressed before the game. If we find something that's working for us, we don't go away from it. We use it until it stops working. And, we found that first one shortly after the second one, and then it felt like the goals just started falling. And then, the other thing at halftime was when you're in the playoffs, you have to be a second half team as well. So that was the biggest thing for us at half, at least, was do not let up. I mean, 4-0's a pretty convincing halftime lead, but, I just stressed again, this is the playoffs. Spearfish has kids over there that don't want their seasons to end. They have seniors that don't want their careers to end. So they're not going to give up just because you're up 4. So it was weathering that storm and seeing if we could stretch the lead, and we were able to do that.
Coach, I was looking. Lincoln's up on Sturgis pretty good, as you and I probably both expected. And so I mentioned beforehand that, I thought this year Lincoln's probably the best team in the state. I know they didn't get first, but I think they are, and I think you would agree with me on that. But I think your guys' contrast of style of play is, I think, a little bit of a benefit to you. And I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on the team they struggled with this year was Sioux Falls Christian, who is fast, out on the wings, fast. They'd like to get forward fast.
Yep.
How do you feel you can take advantage of what your team does against a team that likes to control the ball and possess it as much as Lincoln?
Yeah, we prefer that when we can. to possess the ball. But we know that Lincoln's good technically on all 11 spots in the field.
Yep.
They're good together in combination play and finding ways forward. They're good on set pieces. We're not going to lose sight of the things we want to do. Now, if their attack is just getting to be too much for us, we'll look to go a little more defensive in our formation and not get ourselves stretched out and be looking to attack. If we have to sit back and grind out a game to give ourselves a chance, that's what we're going to do. So I think we have the ability to score. I think we have the ability to give Lincoln a good game, but I agree with you. I think that they are the strongest team in the state. We're going to go into the game with some confidence.
Absolutely.
This game right here was I think, the biggest pressure game for us because we're at home and we're the favorite. But now we get to go on the road and
you're playing with house money, so to speak.
Playing with house money, we can play the role of spoiler. But Lincoln is good enough to where we are going to have to be solid all 80 minutes, and it's going to have to be tight all 80 minutes for us to have a chance. And this time of year, I think you probably know this. Once you get to the second round and there's 8 teams left, it really can go anybody's way. It's anybody's tournament. So I feel like today was probably our best game of the year. And I think hopefully we can just take a mindset that we can have our best game of the year next time out.
Yeah, I think it was your most complete game. I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
Coach, talking a little bit, we talked about the game, but you got to get some younger guys in and some guys that don't see as much playing time. That is massive. But how massive was it for your team to run over and see all those hometown fans coming across the pitch, celebrating? What has it been like to have this community get behind you and for you to deliver a historic win today? And what does that do for your program moving forward?
It's been awesome. We started the season out with high hopes, and then we start getting some wins, right? And then people start reaching out about the season we're having. And then we just continue to have that good season. We're getting more wins, and we're starting to, they're starting to see those results continue, and they're starting to see our boys believe. There's been a buzz around, town a little bit or on the high school. We got some coverage in 605 Sports. So people are taking note. And, what these guys have accomplished is noteworthy. It's remarkable. And I think, they're just, all the attention they're getting is well-deserved. And, normally the tradition is we send our kids over to shake hands or hug parents or whatever. But I also wear that hat. I'm a parent. So what I told them was, parents, tonight's different for us. This is a different kind of night, and we're going to do things differently. So we're all going to meet the boys halfway and meet them in the center of the field. So we wanted to, if we're going to celebrate, let's do it on our home turf.
Love that, Coach, and it's been fun to be a part of this ride that continues this Saturday.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great win.
Thanks.
That was head coach Sean Blanchette talking to us. Now he's going to get to go celebrate with the guys. And got a couple seniors over here taking pictures in front of our Wegner Auto scoreboard, which brings us, again, to bring you our final score. 7-1, the Gubs boys win over Spearfish and advance to the second round of the playoffs. Again, our Bauman Lumber player of the game goes to Alex Odakoven. He's the proud new owner of our player of the game shirts, created by our very own Chris Derry. Big thanks to our friends at Bauman Lumber for sponsoring our sports video, our friends at Venture Communications. This activity was brought to you by KGFX, its advertisers in the member schools of the SDHSAA. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without the written permission of the SDHSAA. For my partner in crime, Chris Derry, for Jordan Lutmer doing all the great camera work, for Chuck Hansen and Addie Johnson back in the booth. Want to remind you on your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. You've got someplace to be. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in for this edition of Pierre Playoff Soccer. I'm Justin Cowart. Have a great night, everybody.